In this video we're going to be going over how to do SQL, specifically SQL in REPL. Now obviously we've been doing a lot of database stuff, but this is going to be just SQL because, well, we can't use Microsoft Access through REPL. So we're going to be using something called SQL-Lite. It's the same SQL you write with queries, but we make the entire database with that code. So there's not going to be like a user interface, a pretty user interface or anything. It's all just going to be code. It'll make sense when you see it, hopefully. So if you click on the team, go to Higher Computing, and then scroll down to SQL Week 1 here. And it's this bit here, 1.1 select statements. So I'm going to go over how to do select statements. Most of it is the same, but it's just, it looks a little bit intimidating because it's different. So here is the difference. I've made the database in SQL already. You don't have to worry about that. You just have to focus on querying it. But this stuff here, it just makes it pretty because it comes out really ugly if you don't have this. So I've added that. Don't worry about it. And then this creates a table called actors. And it has a primary key called actor ID. It's a type of text. It has a first name and a second name, and it's a bunch of actors here. And they're all about Game of Thrones, by the way. This table here is about characters, and we have a character ID. It's a number instead, and it's also a primary key. Forename and surname, I've used the words forename and surname so it doesn't get mixed up with first name and second name here, so just be aware that forename and surname is for the character table. How many episodes each character is in. It's not really a spoiler or anything because some of the characters leave for entire seasons and then come back, so the numbers are quite random, but that's an integer anyway. And then we've got a foreign key that it looks up the actor ID here of this actor table. So to make things a little bit easier, I have a diagram here. I've made this. It's a one-to-one relationship. We don't use these much in like physical databases, but I mean, one actor can play one character. Technically, some of the characters get recast as the season goes on, but I didn't really think that through. So for now, we're saying one actor is one character. And then you've got your primary keys here, that's what the underlined bits mean, and then you've got your, I don't know if you can see it, there is the foreign key on active ID here. Right, now if you click on task, this should pop up. If it doesn't, press preview, and then here's all the tasks. I was going to make a PowerPoint, but instead I just wrote all the information in this document. So I've got example, and the next task is like this as well. And then the tasks down here. So we'll look at the example. Here is the template where I've wrote this on the board so many times. You go select field 1, comma, field 2, comma, more fields if you need to, from whatever table. Now this is a simple query. It's just from one table. And then you say where, in caps, where your condition is, and it's and or if you have another condition. And you do order by whatever the field is, and it's one of these two, ascending or descending. Now, one difference is that you need to, in this version of SQL-Lite, everything needs to be in one long line. You can't do select forename and then take a new line and go from table. It's not going to click. So a little bit more awkward. We need to make it all in, it wouldn't be from table, it would be from characters or something, sorry. It needs to be in one line, and if you run this, select forename from characters, and then there you can see it shows you forename, and then here it shows you all the, well, that's all the forenames of all the characters. And if you want to double check this is right, then, well, here you can just look at the values. It says insert into characters values, and this is actually an insert statement. This is part of the Nat 5 and higher course, so when we cover that in the next task, well, you can just copy and paste this and change a few things. That's how you add something. That's all I've done. I've just did loads of insert into values. to make the table. So yeah, anyway, here's an example. If you want to run it, it runs everything. Select forename from characters where surname equals start, order by forename ascending. So this is only going to show every character whose last name is Stark. So these ones here, there's 5 of them, I believe. Yeah. And then if you go select, and then I'll just copy and paste that, and then yeah, and it's in alphabetical order, as you can see, because it goes with A. So remember, ascending's alphabetical order, descending is reverse alphabetical order, or starting from the highest number if you've got numbers instead. So querying from 2 tables is a bit more complex, right? That's where you've got to join the primary and the foreign key together. So you select field 1, field 2 from whatever the first table is, whatever the second table is. There's only 2 tables here. It's going to be actors and it's going to be characters. And you say where the foreign key is equal to the primary key. So the primary key is, where is it? So we've got active ID here, where that equals the foreign key here. So in this example, it would be where characters dot actor ID equals actors dot actor ID, and that would join the tables up. And if you can't remember why we do this, the main one is it avoids data duplication. Otherwise you'll get way more records than you should be if you don't do that little bit there. Anyway, here's an example. Oops, copy and paste, and I'll just put it up here. So it'll select all forename, the forename of all the characters. I just realized this example is wrong, so I'll change that before I submit this. So actors, I think I wrote as first name. Yeah. Basically I ran into this issue and I was like, how do I make it easier? So you don't have to specify the table if it's unique. From characters and actors, where this bit you need to specify the table because there's 2 active IDs, so it's going to get confused. So you just need to say 1 from each table to join them together. You don't need that and characters bit, again, unless it was surname and forename in both. I think that should work. And there you go. So that is just the same thing really. It shows all the forenames, but this time it shows all the forenames, the first name, sorry, and that's what I've listed it here as, of all the actors that played them, and that is correct. Now, as you're going through the tasks, to make life easier for you and me, I would ask, so here's task 1, put them under this your code here, and just put it under the comments. That's how you do a comment in SQL. So show all forenames from the actor table. So you would just do select all, remember star is all, from actor, and that's it, and then run it. Oh, great point, I forgot to do this. I think Access adds this automatically a lot of the time. You need to add the semicolon at the end of every SQL statement. It is nice that it tells you roughly where the error is. That's an advantage here. So it says it's near line 70. It didn't know what it didn't get the right error. It didn't know that's what was missing, but it was freaking out. But if you run that now, why is it still not working? No, it's called actors, right? And then, yeah, that's all the information from actors. That's what we want. If you want to double check your answer, just look at the answers bit here. Look at task 1. Oh wait, was this task 2 I'm looking at? Oh, show all forenames. Why did I do select all? Right, so select forenames. It's just forename from actors. It's first name. Again, I'll correct that after this. Sorry if that's confusing. Select first name from actors, and there you go. That is all the first name, and then you can, like I said, you can check in the answers folder, make sure it's the same, and it is. and then you just have to do that 7 more times. Obviously they get a little bit trickier. The first 4, the first 4 are just one table, so you just have to use this first template and example, and the last 4 are from both tables, so you need to use this template and this example to help you out. Although, like I said, I'm about to be changing that example in a second. Right, hopefully that was useful. In the next video, I'm going to go over how to do insert, update and delete queries, and there's a few little differences there with how to do it on REPL. Right, thanks for watching. Bye.